welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and the Joker movie is it's in the news. I mean, it's always in the news. The director Todd Phillips is making news because of things he said about woke Hollywood culture and comedy and everything. But just to backtrack, let's just go back just a little bit. Back to Dave Chappelle and the importance of his stand-up comedy special Sticks and Stones. If you haven't seen it, you should probably go watch it. Because that special, it illustrates exactly everything that's wrong with cancel culture, woke culture, leftist Hollywood elites, and all that kind of good stuff, and how it is destroying what comedy is. Enter Todd Phillips. So Todd Phillips is mainly known for directing comedies like Old School, Hangover. That's like probably his biggest one that he did. This is his first entry into drama. So you might ask, why? Why all of a sudden he just went into drama? The way he describes it, you can't make films like Old School or The Hangover anymore. They're just way too irreverent, and audiences, well, we'll find out later, it's not the audiences that are way too sensitive. It's woke culture that's way too sensitive. So he says, go try to be funny nowadays with this woke culture. There were articles written about why comedies don't work anymore. I'll tell you why. Because all the effing funny guys are like, F this S, because I don't want to offend you. It's hard to argue with 30 million people on Twitter. You just can't do it, right? So you just go, I'm out. That's one of Todd Phillips's main points when he talks about comedy, is he talks about how most comedy is rooted in irreverence, and that's where the magic happens, and that's where comedy is made. Like when you're trying to make comedy that doesn't offend anybody, you get what's called post-comedy. And the very idea of post-comedy is just that. What can I say that isn't funny, but it still makes a laugh? I don't want to go too much into post-comedy, but it is real, and it is a thing, and maybe I'll do that in a future video, an explanation of what post-comedy is, because it gets pretty just dumb. But anyway, Todd Phillips here, that's what he's saying, is I can't make these movies anymore. So where can I go to get those creative juices out, to be irreverent on certain topics, and to express that feeling? Enter the Joker movie and drama. Let's see what he says about this. With all my comedies, I think that what comedies in general all have in common is they're irreverent. So I go, how do I do something irreverent but F comedy? Oh, I know, let's take the comic book movie universe and turn it on its head with this. And so that's really where that came from. So basically, Joker was a result of Todd Phillips getting this desire to make comedy out of his system, and so he did it through drama. And and we all know, I mean, you can't go anywhere without seeing an article about Joker. I mean, I think there's an article that just dropped today about how the NYPD is going to have undercover cops in multiple screenings of the Joker in basically answer to potential mass shootings that may happen. It's crazy. Here's the thing. Comedy is not dead. Comedy is very much alive. People want comedy. Your average American dude and lady love comedy. Friends, okay? HBO Max just purchased the streaming rights to Friends for $425 million over the next 5 years. $425 million. People want comedy. Okay, take The Office. That's on Netflix. Netflix is fighting with their nails and teeth to hold on to Office for as long as they can, because NBC is going to take it back when they launch their streaming service. The Office is the #1 most viewed show on Netflix. Now, to give you an idea of what that #1 spot looks like, let's take Stranger Things. That's a very popular show. That has a lot of people watching it. The Office doubles it. Doubles Stranger Things. With how popular Stranger Things is, The Office smashes it. That's why Netflix does not want to lose it. People love comedy. The Office is, I don't want to say it's one of the most offensive shows ever. It's not the most offensive show ever, but it definitely is always pushing the lines of what could be offensive. I mean, they were making fun of, I don't even want to say they're making fun of. They were teasing Oscar for being gay all the way up until season 9 because it's funny. It's not insensitive. It's funny. We laugh at each other. And what post comedy in this woke culture is, you can't laugh at each other. You have to find some other way to laugh, and it's not in the human natural way. I'm sure cavemen were making fun of each other because, some caveman couldn't make fire. I don't know. And so all that got me thinking about other TV shows. Because we have a channel here called Laugh TV in Arizona. They rerun all these old 90s shows like Home Improvement, That 70s Show, According to Jim, Roseanne. And you watch these shows and literally every joke they make. Couldn't say that, can't say that, don't even think of going there. It's nuts. What is a good comedy show today? I don't even know. I don't think I could actually name one. I know It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia still gets a lot of praise for its show because it still is very irreverent. And Charlie Day actually commented on, why does It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia get a pass? And he said, I think one of the greatest gifts of the show is the fact that we are grandfathered into an ability to attack any subject and still be funny in a world that's growing overly sensitive. Exactly, Charlie Day. That's exactly why you're able to get away with it. It's because you've been doing it since 2005. 14 years later, you're still able to do it. Because you have this long history of hey, but you wouldn't be able to launch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia in current year. You can't. It wouldn't even get past the pilot. And I think about other comedy channels that I like for example, College Humor. You go watch early College Humor, 2008, 2009. It is some of the funniest stuff that you will ever see. It is hilarious. And you go watch College Humor now, and it's just what is this garbage? And as we know, this woke culture, cancel culture nonsense has been affecting stand-up comedy. Dave Chappelle has very much spoken out about it. And as much as I hate everything that Bill Maher stands for, I stand with him on one particular point. He's been waving this flag since I can remember, and that is how political correctness is destroying, and he goes straight for the heart, free speech. Is destroying free speech. And I stand completely behind him on that. And you got comedians like Jerry Seinfeld, Bill Burr, that are speaking out against this woke culture. Kevin Hart, he was a victim of it. Jokes from a decade ago got brought up against him, and then he really wussed out and apologized for it, which he should have never done. So I could see where Todd Phillips is coming from with this whole nonsense. This woke culture is destroying entertainment, is destroying comedy, is destroying ideas that are never going to be born because people are too afraid to even approach it. And in the end, it's more damaging for everybody. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like this video, please go down and like it down below. And if you don't, please let me know why. If you're like, Chase, you need to get woke. Get woke, bro. Take that blue pill. Get with it. But also, if you have any good recommendations for TV shows, comedy TV shows that are awesome, let me know. I am definitely in the market to search some of that out. But anyways, guys, if you haven't also already, subscribe to the channel. Please go down and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. And as always, peace out.